You may or may not have heard this by now, but President Trump was acquitted on the charges of impeachment. And, no, that we pretend as if anything else, anything different could happen. Of course not, because the president didn't do anything wrong from all accounts. They just found the blue side, the blue team, those who, represent that area of the establishment, because as far as I'm concerned, it's all establishment. So the blue team decided, they were going to take a little bit of a threat, regardless of what it did to Joe Biden and his candidacy. Didn't he come out like fifth in Iowa? They decided they were going to take that itty bitty threat and just run with it, particularly after the Russia thing was a dud. And here's the fun part is that there's an ebb and flow to this, guys. The Tea Party, like how horrible and disgusting they were when it came to President Obama, is how, like, unfortunately, how horrible and disgusting the Democratic Party as a whole has been when it comes to President Trump. And what blows my mind the most is that people don't tend to see that. And the Democratic Party didn't, have their side break away. Didn't have a revolutionary party or something else like that. Let Bernie go off onto the corner and have himself a little revolutionary party or join the Greens or anything else like that. No, no, no. Unlike the Republican Party, who was like, yeah, Tea Party, you're gonna it's a completely different brand. The Democratic Party let their crazies right on in, and it's driven us to this point right now where this guy represents me in the Senate. This is Cory Booker, naturally, and I've actually been told that I sound like him, and I'm not a fan of that idea at all. But yeah, he's about to sit here and just, oh my goodness, the war continues. This is so terrible. It's so weak. It's so weak. And I just got finished doing a video about the coward of a congressman that I got. And I'm gonna sit here and do a video about this weak shit senator that I got. So without further ado, let's get into this. And as you can see, I'm clearly laughing. Let's go.
About to head to the floor for this impeachment vote, and I have no illusions on how it's going to go. And I think a lot...
You shouldn't have an illusion on how it was going to go, because nobody had an illusion on how it was going to go, dipshit.
Folks are going to feel that this is a blow, and it is. This is a dark day where a president can literally...
You're misusing the word literally.
Make a deal, really pressure a foreign country, Ukraine, into doing his personal bidding.
Such as Biden did when he bragged about it on stage. Like, yeah, I said, shut it down until you get that guy fired. I ain't playing. Like, Biden's literally on stage doing this. And the cognitive dissonance is just amazing to me. Like, come on, man. There's a reason we all knew how this was going to go.
In exchange for taxpayer dollars to invite the foreign interference of Ukraine into our elections.
So which is it? I'm just curious. Is it Russia or is it Ukraine? Because y'all got real quiet about the whole Russia thing, and then it just magically moved to Ukraine, which is one of the largest tell that this is a complete nonsense. This has been complete nonsense. Deal is that particularly in your district, sir, and there is a need for a huge systemic change, and it has to come from somewhere. And I've gone to mayors, I've gone to council people, I've gone to freeholders, I've gone to the county executives, I've gone to all these folks. And they're just like, well, things are going, yeah, you're right. That drug war, it really didn't help, but or yeah, you're right. Shoot, the families, we like none of these programs, none of these government programs help families, but so guys, I really wish you could understand my frustration when it comes to these individuals and how they are just so quick to try to change direction and misguide and misdirect and do all this sleight of hand and shit, instead of actually standing tall and doing what needs to be done in the best interest for the best quality of life for the people that they supposedly represent and serve, and not just a few of the people, not just one or two of the people, because that's what one of their best moves is, oh, well, this young man right here, he's doing this great. Okay, cool, but you do realize there's like hundreds of thousands of people that live in this space, so one ain't gonna really cut it, but let's let him continue.
And more that has been revealed in this trial. It's a blow to see the vote go as I anticipate it will. On top of that, you have a president refuse to allow documents and witnesses to come forward, and a Senate that was willfully ignorant to what the facts were. And so,
bruh, when you talk about the Senate, I mean, like getting it through the House was a breeze because the blue team controls the House, and you got all these, it got puppets such as my congressman, just like, oh yeah, sure, because he's just mad, he's such a liar, he's terrible, he's this, that, and the third. Okay, be specific. Can you be specific? Oh my God, I actually offered Donald Payne an opportunity to come on the channel and we can have a back and forth about it. Cause I don't want to be a dick, but at the same time, like there is no good explanation for really any of this. And when you ask for explanation, you get nothing. You get bupkis in response because there is this, because they know that it's bullshit for the most part. Like, please be specific, but he can't. That's why he won't.
As I get ready to go to vote, I think about other darker moments in our history. Here behind me is Frederick Douglass, and
okay, Corey, we're not about to sit here and go through your like wishy-washy bullshit when it comes to my Black history and everything else like that. Eat a dick, bruh. Seriously, like the Black History Month, all the lip service. Oh, we're gonna name this building after Martin Luther King. Name the poverty rate after Martin Luther King, because that's what needs to be taken care of. Golly, all these children and kids coming up in these homes in foster care because the policy and the legislation that you guys just turn a blind eye to continues to deteriorate and destroy. Miss me a million times over, Corey. Seriously, my senator sucks, my congressman sucks, they're both cowards, and honestly, I know these videos don't get a lot of views, but I don't care. You're a piece of shit. Damn it, somebody gotta say it. Because in these bubbles that they've created for themselves in Essex County and the like, everything you do is great. My goodness. I'm telling you guys, don't bring me no bad news. They're like the Disney Channel. Like, oh man, everything has to be wrapped around in all this sugary sweetness and shit. And I'm like, bro, do you not realize where you are or what you represent? That's the last thing that at least back in the day were, but gentrification's taking its toll now, hasn't it? The sanctuary policies which make good people leave and move. Why not, right? Only reason I ain't going yet is because I spent 7 years in California, already dipped. So I'm a little bit more refreshed than the next person to deal with y'all nonsense. I already had a little vacation from your bullshit. And so I'm at a point right now where, hey, yo, this is trash and it needs to be addressed at a legitimate level. And these guys ain't cutting it. They really ain't. So with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you like to toss it, like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day, share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know. What do you think in the comments? I really hope I don't sound like Cory Booker. Secondly, like, it's just, when your elected representatives are so disconnected and desensitized, particularly to the harsh realities that your reigns have subjected them to. Remember, he was the mayor of Newark, and the money that went flowing through that city, like as far as the true groundwork for a lot of the redevelopment and like that needs to take place. I mean, he was spearheading it. Probably still does to this very moment, because this man was made in a lab by the establishment. You know, like, yo, he is a test tube baby. He's like Judge Dredd, but with less charisma. So. Hey, you know, like, but that's what that's about, man. Let me know what you guys think of your elected officials and those who represent you. By all means, if you have any horror stories, let me know in the comments. And until the next one, guys.